The Clippers will look so much better when Serge Ibaka enters the lineup. They'll look so much better defensively, I think, more so than even offensively. I feel like it's due for them to, step up defensively and have a little bit more defensive, mindset and have somebody in the paint that can actually, give them an opportunity to, have a shot blocker and somebody that they can kind of depend on to at least, hold down the paint area. Now, Serge Ibaka is not the player he used to be or anything like that, but he's still a formidable player and he's still a big body and he still can play defense pretty well, I believe. I know he's been out for a while. They're talking about now he's playing 5-on-5s, which is really good. I'm glad to really hear that. I really hope the best for Serge Ibaka. I really hope that he comes back and make an impact immediately because it's with only 4 or 5 games left in the season. They're really going to need his defensive prowess. They're really going to need his IQ for the game. He's also a champion, so he also brings championship pedigree to the team where he can, pass down to the younger players on the team and the others in the 9-man rotation who might not have ever won a championship. So when you look at that in its entirety, Serge Ibaka is a huge piece to what they need. And I believe he's definitely the missing piece that can actually get them to the finals. Because when you look at his defensive efforts, he can move his feet on defense. And then again, you got to look at him on offense as well some. Even on offense, he can go out there and produce points as well. He can get you, maybe 16 and maybe 9 or 10 a game. He can get you that, you know what I'm saying? So, and definitely he can knock down threes too. So, I wouldn't leave him out there on the 3-point line either. I feel like he's definitely the missing piece of what they'll need. And as long as everybody play within their means, Kawhi, PG do their thing, I think the Clippers will be fine. Just don't go out there and overthink it. Go out there and do what you know how to do best. Everybody play their role to perfection and don't try to overstep your boundaries. And I believe the Clippers will be fine. But I think Serge Ibaka is definitely what they need. Ibaka is definitely, that piece that needs to be filled into their rotation going into the playoffs because he is one of those type players that can make a difference. If they play the Lakers in the first round, having Serge Ibaka on Andre Drummond could make a hell of a difference. It can definitely do that. So I don't think that, they should, I think they should try to work him in these maybe next last 2 or 3 games of the season, limit his minutes some, don't go out there and, put too much minutes on him. If he could play the last couple games of the season, hopefully he can, so he can kind of get a little rhythm. But if he does play the last couple games of the season, maybe put 20 minutes on him, 20, 25 minutes at the most, see how he does, and then kind of work him in the rotation that way. Hopefully Ty Lue will make the right decision when it comes to him because it's imperative that you have him there. He is a very, very, very important piece to what they're going to do and what their opportunity is going into the playoffs. And I definitely believe the Clippers can definitely make a lot of noise with him being at the center position because now he makes him, now he makes him more of a threat on the offense and defense. But I think more so on the defensive end, because of him being a big body in the paint, along with maybe a rotation of having like a Zubac come in there. Sometime maybe Ty Lue might actually mix it up or maybe even throw DeMarcus Cousins in there and they could be on the floor at the same time at some point during games. So Serge Ibaka's impact defensively will really make them really good because if you add another power forward like that on the floor, now you got 2 big bodies in there who can get extra rebounds, maybe extra possessions, and they both can knock down 3-pointers themselves. Just a hypothetical, not saying Ty Lue will actually have that lineup on the floor, but it's possible. And Serge Ibaka definitely makes up for a lot of what the Clippers don't have. They don't have that stretch 5. And that's what he is. Not many teams have a stretch 5 who could stand out there and hit threes, make big shots, get extra possessions, still a shot blocker on the defensive end, and still is a big body in the paint that can defend other centers in the league, You know what I'm saying? So when you look at that and how that's laid out for the Clippers, I mean, they definitely will be a really, really tough out with Serge Ibaka, I believe, especially if Serge finds his rhythm in time. If Serge finds his rhythm in time, look out for the Clippers. If they stay healthy and Serge find his rhythm, you got to look out for them, because with Rondo running the point, with Kawhi Leonard getting back in his rhythm, if PG stays in the rhythm he's been in, with the addition of Reggie Jackson and Marcus Morris, the way they've been playing, then you add Serge Ibaka in there, rotate him out sometime with Boogie, who can also stretch the floor and who's a big body, who can get his own shot in the paint and is a pretty underrated passer. I mean, you're looking at a championship type caliber team. I mean, not unless they just implode the way they did last year, but I don't see that happening with somebody like Rondo on the floor. I really don't. And I think the Clippers are just motivated, and I definitely believe if they're healthy and they, go in there with the right mindset and play the way they're supposed to, and don't lag on defense and don't lag certain games and give away games, I definitely think they'll be in the finals against the Brooklyn Nets. But, I mean, that remains to be seen, and that's a if until it becomes reality, or if it doesn't become reality, but that's a if until then. So, that's my take on it. And, hey, leave any comments in the comment section. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. Please come back and see us. I definitely want you to engage in the Khaliis Take community and leave any comments, and appreciate it.
Reshoot that.